One of the things that we know is that music has the ability to help, soothe, and actually heal in ways that words, medicines, other things really can't. Beth Israel Deaconess is a real leader in this. Our neurology department, for example, has patients with Parkinson's disease who can't walk, but you play music, they can dance. We have patients who can't speak, they have difficulty after stroke speaking. You play music, they can sing the words. So music does things really biologically to the human brain that are healing in a way we're just beginning to rediscover.
So I see a profound impact on patients, calming them down when they're actually agitated or confused. I've seen the harpists come up to the floor. I've asked them to play right outside of a patient's room before, and they would actually calm down and just relax. And when none of our interventions were helping at all.
I would have to say it has a huge calming effect on the patients as well as the nurses. I work on a very, very busy floor, and usually that silence is filled with vent alarms, chair alarms, bed alarms, emergencies, and when that silence is filled with Allie's music, such as the harp, it automatically puts a calming effect on the entire floor. Sometimes we consider it, we're at a spa for that 20 minutes that she's on the floor, and it definitely provides some type of peace and solitude, I believe, to those patients.
Anything that makes it more enjoyable is really welcome. So you can walk into an empty space with people scurrying around, or you can walk into a place that's filled with warm, live music. And I know which one I would take. So it just makes a completely different atmosphere if somebody's playing in the lobby. I also have various meetings where the harp player comes, and it's just such an enjoyable background. It makes everything more cozy.
Music has a power that harnessing that is an enormous asset for our patients and their families. I've often been up in the floors, and sometimes it's a family has a CD playing with some music, but then when the harpist comes and plays that beautiful harp music, it's not just showing the families that we care in a human way, we've brought music to them, but actually the music itself. You can just see people start to relax. And when people are relaxed, they can connect in a more human way than often in stressful situations otherwise was impossible. And it's not just for the patients and families. I think all of us who've worked around here have the experience, you come off the elevator and you hear the harp music. And all of a sudden, you pause, you slow down, and then we're in a better place to be able to go into a room, be with patients and families, and connect with them humanly ourselves in a way that helps all of our care.
It slows us down a little bit in a good way. We usually are running around trying to get to all our patients, trying to complete all of our tasks, write all of our notes. And when you have that beautiful music in the background, it tends to make you take a step back and realize what you really are doing. You're really taking care of these patients, you're writing about their health, and you're trying to heal them in every way possible.
We had a patient, an elderly woman who'd had a fall, hip fracture, that repaired, and then other complications, and then she was dying. She was ready to die, but her daughters were 10 plus, anxious, worried, what's this going to be like? Then I came by a couple of hours later, and the room was different. And I wasn't sure what had happened. And they told me a woman had come by with her harp and played music for them. And that changed the whole tone in the room. So it wasn't just the short amount of time that the music was there from the harp, the caring that we showed by bringing that something special, but afterwards. I could go in the room, the nurses could go in the room, the patient, the daughters were calmer, we could work with them more. It really transformed the entire rest of the patient's care.
I'm just amazed that it's here. I'm sure that there are not that many places in the entire world that have such a program. And I was just delighted the first time I walked into the lobby and noticed that there was a live musician there. Once I also came and there was a chorus singing, a high school chorus. And it's just nice to have these events from the community to kind of tie the hospital in with the rest of the world.
I was playing on a floor that I wasn't too familiar with, and there was a patient outside of his room in a chair, ornery, yelling at people walking by, mumbling hateful things. They set me up right next to him, and let him know the harp was going to play and that hopefully he would enjoy it. About 10-15 minutes in, he was humming and singing along, and just his whole demeanor changed. And I think that was the first time that I really appreciated and saw what the music actually can do for patients.
It just provided an environment for healing and made it a more peaceful environment.